week.
Hey, it is time for Trash Talk because I looked at my watch and it said Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. So
Yeah.
must be time for Trash Talk. And we are both sitting out here in front of these trash heaps and everything and getting a little testy. And
It's that 95 degree. Well, it's not 95 yet, but it's almost 90. And, it's ripe. Things are cooking. Maggots are out. It's a great time.
and the place just stinks and kind of that's we started talking about these backgrounds and about how much it must stink underneath there, and we thought, yeah, well, there's lots of stuff in life that stinks.
Yes,
and
there is.
and between our two lives and all, we know a lot about stuff that stinks. Because it ain't just animals, folks. Sometimes it's just what life throws at you.
Life, people,
Right.
movies, this show,
Yeah. Payday.
paydays.
So,
Yeah, I love, you know what I love? I love direct deposit because, your money just boom, and like when you get direct deposit, 9 times out of 10, it's a little earlier. You get it like at midnight or sometimes you even get it a day earlier. You don't got to worry about getting a check and then depositing it. I love it. But what I hate about it is you got your bank account, direct deposit hits, boom, it goes up. And then an hour later, it's like all these bills were just waiting, and then they take the money right out and it's gone again.
right. Right. I don't understand. My paycheck just went into the bank and I got zero.
yeah, it's like I just lost it in the matrix somewhere.
Right. Yeah, and I remember because whenever you used to get a paper paycheck and everything, you'd always look at the paycheck and the top would have the gross amount, and then all the line items for the taxes and the
Yeah,
withholding and social security and all that kind of stuff. And then when you get to the bottom line, you say, "Man, I can't even make it to the grocery store this week."
I don't even, you know what? I get to the point when I go to log in on my phone and look at my bank account, my statement, or just my balance, just make sure everything's all right. It gets to the point where my bank account just pops up an alert and says, "Don't bother.
Yeah.
Don't even look.
Yeah.
Brandon, just go back to bed. It's not a good day today."
Yeah. Or try again another time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Right. And you're sitting at your phone saying, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. you know?
Yeah, that stinks. That stinks.
Well, I always said mathematically, Lauren and I have a mathematical relationship. I'm
Okay.
in charge of addition and she takes care of subtraction.
That's usually how it works.
That,
Yeah,
that,
it's
that, that's
usually
how,
that's
and you know what? That stinks.
yeah, because you can never catch up.
Right, right. And when the bank statements come in, the credit card statements and everything, she usually opens the envelope and she'll say, "Oh, hey, look, this one's not so bad." But then if she doesn't say anything,
You already know.
no, you just here. I'll just put this one on your desk.
Right? Well, I've been, just kind of speaking of things that stink. I've been back into the soccer thing again, playing it a lot more. I'm ready. Been watching it on TV. Went to an FC Dallas game, so I feel like compared to last year when things were just stinking really bad,
Yeah.
now I'm getting back into it. So I'm excited about it. But I was thinking about like those teams and we've all not all of our teams are winners, okay? Some
Right.
of them just I got to think about the Detroit Lions again. I was looking at something on Facebook and they're still talking about Matthew Stafford. He's been gone for almost a year now, and they're still talking about Matthew Stafford. They're not talking about the team they have. They're not talking about the new quarterback. They're talking about a guy that's not even there anymore.
Right.
That's how bad the Detroit Lions stink. And I'm 42, and they have stink or really just smelled awful since I was born. And I was thinking about what do you do as a fan, like when your team just stinks?
People keep going back year after
Never.
year after year, and boy, if you've got season tickets,
Ugh,
They could be in the cellar for 20 years and all,
yeah,
but somebody come along and say, "Hey, listen, you want to sell your season tickets?"
no.
Are you kidding?
Well,
No.
you can't sell them because you know you got that price. And that's the other thing too is how are you going to raise ticket prices when they can't win 4 games?
Well, and also what's also happened is when a team stinks, you have kind of this natural social distancing
Sure.
at the stadium, because the people don't show up. So you go and you think, well, maybe today they'll pull one off.
Nope. One time.
And there's nobody else in your row. So,
Well, yeah, and you know what else stinks? So speaking of football, I just read too that the Chicago Bears, there's talk that they could be leaving Soldier Field.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I mean, that's
Well, they were supposed to make a big announcement the other day or the other week. It didn't happen.
they're gonna move to the burbs.
Well, they're supposed. I don't know yet, but there's all these rumors of a different stadium and leaving Soldier Field. That stinks.
Yeah, that does stink, especially if they go out of town. If they
Right,
go to one
because
of the burbs, that's like the Cubs announcing they're going to leave Wrigley Field.
you don't do that.
Uh,
You know.
no. Yeah, that boy, if the Bears leave Soldier Field, that does stink.
And because Soldier Field's one of the like last old school football fields, like
Yeah.
up there with like Lambeau and all that.
Like,
What are you gonna do with Soldier Field? I mean, I used to go to those games all the time, like especially if Detroit plays Chicago, because it's only like a 3.5 hour drive.
yeah.
Yeah, that stinks. I don't know.
Lambeau Field, I mean, that's public owned.
Oh yeah.
It's the fans that own that team and play in that stadium. So I don't think that one's going to go.
Oh, that ain't
anywhere.
going nowhere. Lambeau will be there for
Yeah.
forever. But Soldier Field on the other. Well, then it reminds me of the city. So you remind me of Chicago. And you know that, and it's not just Chicago, it's every city. My favorite is when you're walking downtown and you're enjoying all the sights and sounds, and then you walk over a sewer crate and the steam is coming up. And it just it goes right in your face, and it just smells like a baby threw up in a diaper.
Yeah. And you're saying to yourself, why didn't I walk around that thing instead of across it? Because now, no matter where you go, it's like on your clothing now, and so you smell it the rest of. And if you get on the L or whatever, and it's a little bit crowded, there's always somebody standing next to you that's looking at you, and where were you? Did you walk over one of those sidewalk grates?
Well, it's not like the L train smells great anyway. I mean, let's be real. It's not, it doesn't smell like Geno's.
No. Yeah, that's even better. You really want to smell something? Walk into a deep dish pizzeria in Chicago, stand in there for a little bit.
Stand there.
Yeah, you just walk. At least you walk out smelling like marinara sauce or something.
Well, I got to go back to something that you will disagree with me on. I hate the smell of pickles. Also, pickles in general. But when somebody opens the jar, I feel like I want to throw up. I'm just like, it's so disgusting. I can smell it right now, and I'm getting sick.
Well, then you wouldn't care for the smell of dilled tomatoes.
I don't even know what that is. That sounds awful.
They do tomatoes the same way they do with pickles. They put the brine
Why?
and everything and make dilled pickles.
Why would they do that to a tomato? It's perfectly fine the way it is.
Well, I guess you develop a taste for it. Now, you open up a canister of cottage cheese, and
Well, that's gross.
that won't get me, man. That stinks.
I hate hard-boiled eggs or deviled eggs. I don't eat those anyway, but I hate the way they smell. Awful. Disgusting. When somebody opens up eggs, like, hey, I brought deviled eggs to a picnic. Why would you bring deviled eggs to a 95-degree picnic?
Right.
So,
And let them kind of heat up in the well, potato salad can get that way too, sitting on the table too long.
Well, yeah, or like when people eat tuna, it literally looks like cat food and smells like cat food. Why would you eat that crap?
Well, and the tip is if there's cats that start hanging around the table, that
Don't eat it.
should be an indication that something's going bad.
It's disgusting. When I see people in the store like buying stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, you're gross. You're gross.
And what about cheese? You know, I mean, there's certain cheeses that are fine, but it seems like the worse that it smells, the more expensive and the more
Yeah.
gourmet it is.
Well, that's usually and that's usually like French cheese, you know.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's France anyway, and they stink anyway. So who cares? Like, you know, like I mean, other city's beautiful, but they stink. So I don't care.
right. And you know what else stinks? All those countries that have shut you down on Facebook.
Probably, yeah, that too. France is next. I know for a fact that China.
Well,
Just
especially
like
after you just bashed France, you're probably going to get a notice by the end of the day. You're no longer welcome in France, and you ain't going to even broadcast beyond our borders.
When David and I were on our podcast on stereo, I know for a fact that China was not happy with us.
It's just-
Whatever, they stink anyway. They keep making crappy products and then they charge us for them. I don't know.
Yeah, right. You know, and the really weird thing about that is it's made in China and it says America.
Right.
You know all those neat pieces of clothing and everything that I'm wearing a pair of jeans right now that was made in Vietnam.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are made from Vietnam. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what did China give us recently? I guess COVID.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and
Thanks.
that's the one thing that they sent to us that doesn't say made in China.
Yeah, no, they didn't want to claim that one. It's probably had more success than the iPhone, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to say that.
Right. Right. But that stinks.
That does stink. Thanks. Yeah.
But well, you know, another thing sometimes that stinks is just people. I mean, you know, sometimes there's people that are in your life that just
Yeah.
stink.
You're trying to figure out why they're in your life. You know, like
Yeah.
you're looking at your phone and like, why do I have their phone number? Why are they on my social media? Why are they here? You
Why?
know?
Yeah. And why are they? Why do they still keep reaching out to me?
Right. I've blown you off 15 times,
I know.
but you still reach out to me like I care. I know.
What part of unfriend don't you understand? You know,
My favorite, and I know there's probably some people that watch this, and I'm probably talking about them, but my favorite is when they send me a friend request on Facebook, and I just let it linger. I let it sit there in the social media cloud forever. I don't accept it, and I don't.
Right.
And that way it's just pending, but then they delete it themselves. They cancel the request and send it again as if I forgot. Like, oh,
Right.
Brandon must have forgot to add me. Let me remind him. Like,
Right. Yeah. Or a month later, you say, you still have a friend request that's pending.
right.
Yeah, pending. No. I put delete.
Yeah, I want an answer like there's a delete option and then accept. I want one that says, please don't ever talk to me again. Like,
Right. It's, never. You know what?
like, I think I'm gonna do a podcast and just read off a list of names. And it's just gonna be everybody I want to just vacate the premises. Just get out of my life and go away.
And then all of a sudden, a week later, you're going to look and you say, geez, I ran that podcast. It was a pretty good podcast, and nobody liked it.
I know. Why is nobody following me?
Yes,
anymore?
why is nobody following me anymore? You know, it's just unfollow, unfriend, delete.
Right.
You know? And I can understand they're from North Korea. Well, that I can
Yeah,
understand.
Kim Jong-un said no, you know. But you know, what's funny too is like you have those people in your life that you can't get rid of because for whatever reason, I don't want to say you need them, but they have to be in your life. So like maybe a coworker that you're like, they're the worst, they suck at their job or whatever, but you can't get rid of them. And then you have to see them all the time. That's almost worse than people that you don't like, or like that you never talk to again, because at least the people you never talk to again, it's whatever. Going to a job or going to a family reunion or function and having to see people that you don't like, oh, awful.
Right. Yeah. I got to go see cousin Bubba again.
Right.
Well, somebody we don't mind seeing, and it's a new sponsor for us. One of our newer sponsors, and we're very, very thankful, is Irving Chung, who is a franchise consultant. And I know we've all from time to time said I'd like to be my own boss, but I don't think I could afford it. Trust me, if you want, just take a half an hour to talk to Irving, and you can reach him at bigconsideration.com and get all the information and find out he's a franchise specialist, and you can find out that you can actually get into franchising using somebody else's money, because there's loan money out there, and you can start your own franchise. And it can be as simple or as unique or complex as you want it to be, but he'll give you a free consultation. So contact Irving Chung at bigconsideration.com.
That's right. Free.
Good free consultation. And that's not negotiable. It's free.
A good opportunity. It's a real good opportunity for people.
Yep. And a real good opportunity for us to just kind of wrap up the show and be on our way and come back again next week. And
yeah, we'll see you guys next week, 8 a.m. or whenever you feel like watching us, I guess. Yeah,
you can be the first one to watch us at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays, or catch up with us later, or invite a whole bunch of people over to watch it together on the big screen. You can do that too.
Yeah.
And then like us and
follow
us.
Comment, share, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. Just do something.
Right. Until we send you a note that says delete, unfriend, whatever.
We'll let you know if we don't want you to watch us anymore.
That's right. And if we do that, it stinks. So go out and make it a good one. Catch you next.
See you later.